just fine.
What do you guys think Bulba's saying right now? Because he is very animated. He's been like going in for the last like 30 seconds.
He's still whining about last game, I think.
Considering it's just first bans, it's who knows.
They started off completely different this game. Last series, they first picked Chen both games. So they are off the Chen hype train. You guys like Chen a lot, too.
Yeah, we
What have you seen?
didn't before this tournament. And we didn't want to pick Chen. And then we just won a game with it. It was like, oh, this feels pretty good. And then we won another game with it. And then suddenly now we feel like a Chen team. And everyone just bans it.
Yeah.
It's funny how fast stuff like that changes in like the course of a couple of games.
Yeah,
Sometimes things just work,
The
right?
best
Yeah.
example is like TI. One hero gets hot, you know, and then it's like
Yeah.
everyone's banning it every single game.
Yeah. Because I feel like the meta right now is very different from team to team and game to game. Because if you like look at the bans in this draft, for instance, they're not similar at all as what it would look like in our games. Some people consider it as void, like we really like Void Spirit, for instance, and people started banning that against us. But here it's not even addressed or first picked or anything. And in our games it would always be.
Yeah, then you have like the Liquid games, and everyone's banning Timbersaw and Mars and stuff.
Yeah,
against
yeah,
it,
exactly.
So it's very team specific right now.
A lot of the heroes I'm picking in pubs, it feels like there's always has to be like one hero that gets banned, otherwise it's unpickable.
Yeah.
And it seems that all the teams are kind of catering to their own favorite heroes. Like in this draft, you see a first round Puck ban and they pick Pango, and they first round ban Nyx, they pick Bat. You know, that seems to be what I'm seeing as the only consistency between all the teams.
Yeah,
Is
no, I
they're
agree with
all
that
doing
completely.
that for their first picks. Like Timbersaw was being banned a lot first round. It's not this series.
That's a great Void pick. I like it already. Like if you see a hero like Void that counters 2 heroes already, I think you just pick it in 10 slot.
He's going to have a good lane no matter what is
Yeah.
against him
Yeah.
here. I mean, it could be a mid Pango 2 bat or 1 bat or 5 bat, excuse me.
Yeah.
But
Either way, it's like good in the game. Time dilation is already so good against both of these heroes, and obviously they don't like Chrono very much either.
Also fits with stylistically, you know, putting RTZ back on his,
Yeah.
you know, hard carry, safe lane.
Yeah, they played Void against us as well. We almost lost despite having a Rapier Wraith King.
That should be like the hard counter, you know.
Yeah,
Wraith King's pretty good against Void.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, RTC is a really good Faceless Void. I mean, it's good on any hero, I would say, but Faceless Void is really strong.
have you watched Sumail play Faces Void at all? I think he might
yeah,
be
a
the
little
best
bit.
Faces Void
A
player in the
little bit.
world from what I've
Oh,
seen.
really?
I think he's insanely good on Faces Void. I've
Obviously.
played against it myself, and when you play, it's like, this guy has no chrono. He's going to farm. And then you just have like a Void time walking into 3 of you and killing you with no chrono.
Yeah,
Because he just knows he's unkillable.
yeah.
I think that's a really important skill that a lot of these players have acquired over the years, is realizing that even if you're not a huge threat, if the opponent doesn't threaten you, you can just play up in their face the whole game.
Yeah.
It's been something I've noticed a lot of players doing more and more.
Yeah, now this game of Dota have developed so much in the last few years, even like not even specific to any type of patch or meta or anything, just the way people are playing. Like you need to be playing so aggressive and fast nowadays. Like if you step off the gas for just like a moment, you're like, I'm just gonna farm this camp over here, and suddenly there's 2 heroes on you, you die. And then your teammate is like, okay, I'm gonna push this wave on the other side of the map. They already smoked across, they're already on top of you, and it just like snowballs thing to thing to thing. You have to like constantly think about, okay, what's their next move? What are we gonna do?
Do you see that? Do you feel like that's most like because of the big changes, like the neutral items, the bounty runes?
No,
the
I don't think it has
outposts, or-
anything to do with that. I think
Just
the
the way
game has
teams
just
see the game.
Yeah, the game has just developed in that way. I think like both OG and Secret and X-Liquid, now Nigma, like they kind of set that trend, and it's just been going. Like people have always been, you know, in any type of sport, been copying the people who are winning. So you're looking at, okay, what are these guys doing? Why are they being so good? And I think Secret right now is like insane at it. They play so consistent, so fast. They don't give like anything up for free. They're always there. Like against some teams, if you play against some tier 2 teams and you start hitting a tower, it goes down to like 30%. You can feel pretty confident. Okay, they might not defend this. They're probably not going to show up. You play against a team like Secret,
You know they're
gonna be there 100% of the time. They're never gonna not give it anything up for free. So this kind of just people are just like kind of been adapting to that type of fast gameplay style.
It does seem to have a pretty high success rate here. Well, both of these lineups not, I wouldn't say super aggressive yet, but we've yet to see the full drafts. So they get an answer for the Chrono with this Wyvern.
Yesterday, they weren't really addressing what pick to pick on Cloud9. Like, they picked Wyvern on the opponent team, and then they didn't pick any way to kill somebody through Cold Embrace. In this case, they see the Chrono, they pick Wyvern. So I'm already kind of liking the core idea of their drafts better today than before. Venge is a hero we don't see very often.
Oh.
At least nowadays.
Boy, when that hero first got rebalanced, it was like every game.
The numbers were just way
Every
too high.
game. She's been
new passive
recalibrated.
was pretty absurd.
Used to be the go-to counter for Batrider with the swap to deal with the lasso. But
Yeah,
that's going
pretty
back
solid
a few
overall.
years.
Like, just a solid hero.
Last time they put this Lone Druid on Ace.
Yeah, it's kind of one of his signature heroes, right?
Yeah, he was always the Broodmother, Lone Druid, Arc Warden. He didn't look too hot on Arc Warden yesterday, though. I always thought of him as like a micro Arc Warden type player, too. And they go for the Abaddon. I thought they'd go for either Legion or Abaddon. Earlier today, they picked the Legion. I personally think against Bat, it's so much easier to play Abaddon because we saw the Legion having issues trying to save multiple people at once.
Spat's going to have a rough game, it feels like. At least as far as getting lassos off.
I mean, they're just going to obviously put the Bat as a support now. And I really like the fact when they have this Pango and this Lone Druid who can change lanes. So you won't really know what C9 are going to be doing with these lanes. Lone Druid could go mid, it could go into the offlane even. You know, Pango could go into any of these lanes. So it's like very flexible with what they're doing.
And
so
C9 are very unpredictable, both because it's a new lineup and like Envy is all over the place. You know, like he's playing like a supportive Void Spirit, then he's playing like a super hard carry TB. Like you don't really know what style they're going to have.
Yeah.
So what is
You guys
the
haven't
Envy
played
hero?
them yet, right? You still have your 2-game series against Cloud9
Yeah,
left?
that's the last series we will have to play.
You getting to cast and do some homework at the same time?
Yeah, it feels good.
Multitasking. Yeah.
I do believe, I haven't done the official maths here, but I do believe that we were already through the groups with our...
Hey, no complacency. $1,500 a game, sir.
$15 a game? I didn't even know that.
Well, there you go.
There you
Tell
go.
me about that.
There you go.
Yeah, prize money for every match.
Your manager was informed, you know.
No, he might have mentioned it. But it wasn't until last night we were going to go to bed. I share a room with our manager. And he told me, I was like, no, I don't think that's true. And then we were watching a VOD, and they literally started in the VOD. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I guess you're right.
I like
Today I learned.
Leshrac a lot for EG here. I think it's a way to threaten Cold Embrace, and I've seen it be pretty good against Lone Druid. They have like a save against Bat. They need like a
Yeah,
wave.
it's
They
good.
need a wave clear, right? I think wave clear objective taker to play around the Abaddon, rotate to.
Some
Yeah.
damage for Chronosphere just is going to look and feel nice
Ooh,
too.
okay.
Kunkka.
Kunkka works too. Yeah,
Alright.
it's like a. Now the Cold Embrace kind of alley-oops his combo too. I just wanted something where you dump it on the ground, whatever damage you have, and either goes into the Chrono or punishes the Cold Embrace. So that works too.
Yeah, I'm trying to think which hero they're going to commit to put mid into the Kunkka, because either Pango or Lone Druid. Like Lone Druid probably does slightly better than Pango, but I know some Pango players play Pango into Kunkka too. I personally like being Kunkka into Pango, so it's like personal preference a lot. I'm not quite sure who they're gonna match up there, but I do believe that they need to pick a carry here for Envy with the last pick at least.
So what will Envy get?
I mean, PL stands out to me. It's only bad against Kunkka like in the entire lineup they have, but then you have a lot of heavy farmers, but they haven't really cared about that yet.
Wraith King, dude.
That's
King-
what I was thinking.
Wraith
Yeah, I
King's
like
nice.
Yeah.
It's a big combo from EG.
Yeah.
Long cooldowns.
You either need a hero like Wraith King that doesn't mind dying once, or you need an illusion hero.
Monkey King.
That could be a safe lane Lone Druid now, right? Mid lane Monkey King.
Yeah. This is also one of those
Nope.
matchups.
Carry Monkey King.
I mean, they can still do whatever, right? They can still put Monkey King mid, despite you just player hero combination. They just want to have ace on Lone Druid no matter what. I'm sure they're flexible in their lanes wherever they want to go.
Yeah, EG's lane's very straightforward in comparison.
Yeah.
All right, well, draft is done. Let's take a quick break and come back with EG versus Cloud9.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Loot Bet Dota Summit 12. It's time for a clash of titans here. EG versus Cloud9. 3-3 EG, bit surprising, and 0-6 C9, still with an outside shot to get to the playoffs. They're going to have to rack up the wins, though, and of course EG also needing them. So, yeah.
NA Dota will get some wins here, LD. That's the good
No,
news.
one way or the
I,
other.
I like Aegis chances.
How many
in this game
actual
a lot.
NA players are there in this game?
Gotta
Snake
you
King,
got
Envy.
couple.
There's 4.
We got Arteezy is in A.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, actually.
Fly's got a
EG
Canadian
only has
passport.
1 now.
I think Fly kind of counts.
That's true. He's living in the U.S. now, I believe.
Okay. Yep.
So I'm wondering, are they gonna put Monkey King mid or not? Is Envy the type of player that would want to go mid here? It does look like.
Yeah,
okay.
he
he's
he
gonna
does
go
have
mid.
items for mid.
I think that is the correct play because they kind of need to do that. I think if Monkey King goes safe lane and he's into some Abaddon Venge,
Such a hard
I think
lane.
like the
It's
minus
minus
armor.
armor.
I don't think you do too hot as Monkey King there. But I also, if I'm gonna be honest, I think Abed is like a lot more mechanically skilled than Envy in the mid lane.
Whoa.
Envy's not a mid player by trait. Abed is.
There
one
were
of the
rumors that he
best.
wanted to play mid. I think people were
I'm
saying
sure.
that
I'm
in his
sure he
next
can do
season,
it, but
yeah.
you know you need to practice this lane
lot, yeah.
regularly, just playing 1v1s. And I think Abed is one of the toughest opponents out there. And I think
And how is this matchup, Kunkka versus
typically
Monkey King?
Monkey King is considered a counter to Kunkka, but if you play around it well with Kunkka, you can definitely do some tricks and come out ahead. Because when you hit level 6, Monkey King is just dead to any rotation with the boat. So you kind of just need to play around with the lane equilibrium as Kunkka. I like to do some tricks where you like, for instance, you can try not to block your creeps at all, so that the Monkey King will block too much, so the creeps run into his tower, and then you get double wave into your tower, and then suddenly you're level 3, you can hit some cleaves, get some CS, kill some jungle camp. You just do whatever you can to get your way to level 6 by playing dirty and not playing like an honest lane-to-lane matchup, because that's how you lose really hard.
Honest, that's a great way to describe it. Some shady tricks.
He's already preparing to just go to the jungle
Yeah.
by cutting all the trees between him and the medium.
And
camp.
that's the best way for Kunkka to play as well. I'm sure you're gonna see Abed do this, but if you pull that camp a little bit to the south and you use the cleave, you can hit the other camp with the same cleave as well, so you get some
farm
little
2
extra
camps and
efficient
stack potentially as well.
there. Yeah.
And it's one of those things you talk about Envy not being a mid player as much. Abed is, and pretty much every player I feel like has played this Kunkka versus Monkey King matchup a lot because Monkey is so commonly picked
exactly.
into
Because
Kunkka.
I don't mind playing Kunkka into Monkey King so much, but I also love playing Monkey King into Kunkka, so it can go both ways too.
It really does more so rely on the person that's in the unfavored matchup to know exactly
Yeah,
how to alleviate
exactly.
that disadvantage.
There's another thing you can do as Radiant on Kunkka, you can torrent stack the camp to the north of the lane. It's an incredibly hard time camp to stack. It used to be super easy, but now it's like you have to hit the torrent at 57.25 or something like that, and it will stack the camp, but you can't do it. So there's another little trick you can use to your advantage.
Let's see how Envy does here. All eyes on mid. Was a 2 for 2 bounty trade to start things off, so nothing unusual there. And the creeps are going to meet in the middle. How about our side lanes? We've got Lone Druid up top, Void down bottom.
Void's got a really nice lane against Pangler.
They're trying to pull here, it looks like, with the Wyvern for now.
Good deny from Envy here. He's going to get another one.
Oh, the range creep feels good. This is Albert is so happy with what's happening here now, though, when he's double waving the monkey, because he can't play aggressive into him at all.
Oh, nice torrent. He might even
Very
get
well
him
played.
here. He has a ton of creeps.
Uh-oh.
Nope.
Envy does not have much regen.
But even then, he's like bullying him away.
Yeah,
He's
this is
getting
the
the deny.
dream. This is the dream for Kunkka. I feel like at this point you're already like gonna be happy with the lane outcome.
Because he's going to have to salve. We'll probably miss a couple more creeps.
He's doing this really
well.
well, Albert, because like I said, I have my own kind of ways of dealing with this lane, and he had his own way, which I haven't been doing myself. But what he did is he just immediately upon entering the lane cleaved and just started pushing into the enemy, so he double waved him that way. It's also a very smart way of dealing with this lane.
What does Envy do slightly wrong there, would you say, as a mid player? Like,
I'm not entirely sure, actually. Like, maybe he had to push some creeps by himself as well, hit some more of the creeps, but
Yes.
I'm not actually sure if maybe he could have done that. I need to actually see the replay.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes it comes down to just hitting the creep several times offensively himself to alleviate the fact that Kunkka cleaved the whole wave immediately. Uses the
That's
stun
good.
just to activate his passive.
That's very good to use the stun to activate it there, because that just means you're gonna secure at least 4 CS.
How about our side lanes here? Lone Druid and Void both farming pretty well so far. There's some pressure on RTZ. Starting to chew through the regen a little bit. Misery was pulling the wave around earlier.
Kind of surprised that C9 left the Batrider top against the Abaddon. I think he could have had a much better time bottom lane.
I mean, this game, their draft is very much around the RTZ Void. We talk about them, Jesse's mentioned, like them. They're not really a Meepo team, but they are like an RTZ hard carry team, and they've drafted all these auras to go with them, the Abba, the Venge, and the Kunkka boat to kind of dump in the Chronosphere as well. So.
Oh, Courier. Nope.
Snake King was thinking about it.
He hadn't cooldown on his swashbuckle.
I was very offended earlier. Snake King asked me if I'm a Poe player. Thinks I play Path of Exile, you know?
Why is that offensive?
Because I'm a real human being.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So you're a
That was
Dota player.
offensive towards a
I'm a
lot of
Dota
people out
player.
there.
Air quotes are on the real human being.
Yeah.
It's getting
No,
spicy.
Poe is
or
apparently.
whatever you said.
Yeah. That's what Blitz said.
Oh, of course. Yes.
I'm just stealing his lines.
Of course.
But I've heard Poe's very addictive. I can't touch games like that.
I purposely never played WoW.
I actually did play WoW Classic when it came out.
Really?
Yeah. When it got to the part where you're just grinding, like kill this thing 25 times, it got old pretty fast.
I guarantee He's like, that's the stupid disarm, damn it.
I like
that.
one thing that Abed did here. Normally he would just finish. He has 2 parts for the bracer. Normally he would just finish that, but he completely ignored finishing the bracer and just rushed boots instead, which is also a way of dealing this Monkey King, just getting on top of you and killing you.
Oh, Ramses did just lose his courier here.
He
and
shielded
gonna
the
lose
Venge there, yeah.
his life as well. It's a big pick-off.
Yeah,
You just have to not both be sticky napalm because then he can only shield one of you.
They're kind of all in to kill the bear, which looked like the right idea, but they overcommit and Batrider punishes.
AG finding another kill down bottom, so Arteezy getting some sweet revenge.
Feels like lanes can be so swingy. Like you get killed, but then because you come back to lane with your full health, full mana, suddenly you've got the advantage, even though you're the one who died.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of denies coming out from Eternal Envy, but he's actually down by 12 CS in the mid lane. A lot of those probably being jungle creeps, but
I don't think he's been jungling actually. Maybe 1 camp at most. I've been
Yeah,
keeping an eye.
okay, yeah. Just goes to show that it doesn't really matter if the person that's counter knows exactly how to play the matchup. No swashbuckle. First hit disarm. Oh.
No bash for Arteezy.
Yeah, because at this point Envy already lost the lane. Like he will be so susceptible to dying as soon as this Conker hits 6. I don't think they're gonna be doing much rotations on the Monkey King because simply they don't need to at this point because Abed is already so fat, so they don't really need to address it. I feel like they need to address the Lone Druid more than anything else. He's gonna be the centerpiece of the draft that's gonna win them the game for C9.
Another courier kill here. Misery's going to get flies. Envy getting pulled back and did get off the Jingu. So they rotate Pylai into the lane. You mentioned the Lone Druid's doing well. Void also struggling a bit. They got that kill bottom, but it didn't go to him. Went to fly on the support and falling quite far behind in CS. Almost half the Lone Druid.
I feel like if the Lone Druid gets really big, they're gonna have a massive problem on the EG.
Oh, they do get another kill. Again going to fly.
I guess he used Swash again because he doesn't have any points in silence. It was cooldown. It's really nice, any carry that can chase after the Swash when you have Grimstroke.
See, this is when you're really sad as Monkey King. It's like, what do you actually do at this point?
Just kill him.
Yeah, if you have rotations coming your way.
Well, he's running back for the haste train. I don't know if that's worth it. Maybe it is.
That would have been a
Could
kill.
be big. Abed sticking around, lobs out the boat, but they get the stun off on Envy.
That was so well
and the
played.
boat hitting him.
Abed God.
Oh.
Still in some trouble.
Still might get this if he can get the Jingu off. He's so low. He hesitates. He does get the kill with the Jingu. Gets that
played that
sweet
so well.
sweet XP, but
And
ends
he
up going down.
lands that cleave to get the Batrider. That was really well done by Abed.
Yeah. I mean, Envy's at least happy to get the XP. But it's a rough lane for C9. They're committing a lot to try and salvage it.
Ramsey's doing what every offlaner has to do against Lone Druid, just avoid him at all costs.
Look at the Void's net worth. Holy crap, Arteezy is struggling down here.
All these kills are going to fly.
Yeah, and he's just getting bullied and losing kind of the regen battle, it seems.
Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Abed's starting to ramp up. Pylai taking the cleave. Almost level 7 with that very low cooldown.
This is a big move by AG if you can get this mid tower. They are making a move on their own. C9 though. It's
Nice
probably a tower
disarm.
trade at least.
He's got a time walk, dives into the trees, but they're eating their way towards him. They should be getting the kill. Arteezy doesn't have a game right now.
Yeah, they've just been constantly running at him and harassing him, forcing him to keep buying regen.
And look at his net worth. We're basically at the bottom of the chart.
Time to queue up the mech, 5-position Void.
Yeah, he's the bottom of his team at least.
And the thing is, if Lone Druid is this far ahead of the Void, obviously there's nothing. Void is just going to be like a creep to him. I feel like this Lone Druid might just win them the game if this keeps up. They're going to need to address this Lone Druid somehow. This hero is really strong if he gets far.
Yeah, he went Mask of Madness Deso yesterday. Do you think that's really the only build?
I wouldn't say it's the only build, but I would say it's the build. Sometimes you want to change it up for like a Maelstrom or whatever if you play against some Illusion hero. I think you could still probably go Radiance, but you might not want to. But in some specific case, if you're against a Meepo or something,
Well, they're going to send Ramses down bottom. He has had a good game, even though Lone Druid's well ahead of him. They're going to try to get Arteezy the hopefully safer farm top.
Ooh, Iron Talon. Nice item. Actually, I guess that got nerfed for Kunkka, but...
Holding his point here for his ultimate.
Get the courier!
Actually doesn't have
The
the
bonus
point.
night vision from the Q! Very nice.
But while that was happening, Tier 1 mid goes down. Abed's pressure. I mean, Envy's just not on the lane. Trying to apply some pressure of his own elsewhere, but it is meaning they lose that map control.
I think C9 should be really happy with what's happening here, despite the Monkey King not having the best of times compared to the Kunkka, because this Lone Druid is just massive. It is so scary.
And he's pretty much even with the Kunkka, despite, at least net worth-wise.
Yeah, well, not really where you want to be as Monkey King. You probably want to be like 1k up at this point over the Kunkka. Really happy.
Fly now getting caught out. Rolling Thunder from Snake King. Misery there in support. They will get the Fly kill. Meanwhile, the Chrono was committed. Can they bring down Ace? He's
Ace
quite
would be a
tanky,
big
but the combo comes through with the boat,
That's huge.
the Chrono, and they also get Highlight Die as well.
That's kind of the comeback potential for EG as this team fight. The Kunkka Void, when those ultimates are there, suddenly they can... Doesn't matter that the Lone Druid's what his net worth is when you have those ultis.
Is Ace just trying to get too much done? Like, what's he doing there? He was behind the Tier 1.
It's a classic case of feeling that you're so strong and so big, and then you go a little bit too far. I do this all the time. I know how it happens. I can't die, guys.
You see
Those are famous last words.
You see the double Wraithband Void with no boots and stuff. You think you can maybe kill him or something.
And then there's 3 TPs and a Chrono in your face. It's very costly death though. It's really big for EG.
They're going to turn this into more pressure. Looking for this Tier 1 top now. They already got the tower mid. They did sack their own safe lane. Does C9 try to defend this? Do you see some TPs coming in? Got 3 heroes here. They may catch out Ramses on the Abaddon. The Rolling Thunder committed. Does get that first stun. Should get a few off. Abaddon ult still online. And the Monkey King ult coming through as well. But they just quickly disengage, trying to back off. Ramses manning up. Is going to find that first kill on the Batrider. Crit staying alive for now. Arteezy jumping in. Doesn't have the Chrono though. Has to be careful. Gets
Nice
turned
curse.
against his own team with the curse. Do they get any kills? Everyone taking a long time to die. So tanky in this fight. Envy's now hopping away. Wants to disengage, it looks like. And EG's just going to weather the storm and survive. Meanwhile, down bottom, Lone Druid playing keep away.
Yeah, Ace is kind of just doing his own thing right now. They have to be careful taking fights like this when your #1 net worth hero isn't participating.
Do you guys think he should be coming to fights, or should he just be farming?
I think they should kind of be playing around him.
Yeah.
So
I think because EG knew he TP'd bottom when he respawned.
That's
and
why they're fighting there.
That's why this fight happens, because EG understand Lone Druid can't TP there.
In fact, EG continuing to apply more pressure. They're going to pull the bat back in, just respawn, and Highlight Die is dead again. Still the tower standing, but it's a relatively costly hold as Ace looked to go on the Tier 1 mid. That's not going to happen, though. He gets swapped back in with the stun. No follow-up, though. The team's quite late.
Misses the fear.
You might just turn around and get 2 kills here. We'll see. They do get the follow-up stun off. Now the Kunkka arrives, and Ace is in trouble. Going to get pulled back in. No. Looks like
Chronosphere's up if they want to use it.
might get away. He's very low. Another wave of terror. They're committing so much for this. But they do force him off the lane. I think they got the Spirit Bear there as well.
Not really important that they got away there at least. I feel like 1 or 2 more deaths in the Lone Druid like that, and this game gets very tough for C9.
It's kind of been the story of C9's performance this entire tournament, though. They haven't looked bad for the first 10-15 minutes of the game, and then they just play too aggressive or play too far apart.
Yeah, and EG's looking to take these team fights. Chrono's up.
And this is not going to be expected. This move, if this lands, I fear further.
It will land too. Chrono comes through, wave of terror there. The follow-up from the Grimstroke, and the stun, well timed, secures the kill. No longer is this lone druid like 2k ahead. It's a small lead.
Honestly, I feel like they lost their timing so hard now, C9. It's so tough to get back into this game, because now Lone Druid is going to be out of bear for a while, they're going to lose another tower. That's just kind of one of those fast moves that I was talking about before, where they make a play onto this Lone Druid, and they're all kind of like half health, and they kind of back off, and Lone Druid returns to his jungle. So C9 is making the slow play by returning to the jungle and just kind of farming out, while EG is just pouncing immediately up on that weakness. They just smoke up with half health, you know, pop some wand, pop some clarity, they just run at them. And they're not expecting it, they're not ready for it.
And this whole lineup on C9 really wants to play up-tempo, you know?
Yeah.
Like they're all this Pango, Monkey King, very aggressive heroes in the mid-game, or should be.
They just don't seem to be playing up-tempo together. Like the Lone Druid's trying to pressure lanes always by himself, the Pango's kind of playing by himself. They're not looking very coordinated as a team.
Well, Abed has now claimed first place on the net worth chart. They're going to have Chrono up by the time the Spirit Bear is really ready to fight again. So what does C9 do now? Well, apparently they will get a kill and fly.
If they can get this mid tower, that would be really big for them. Mid tower is just kind of the centerpiece that makes it hard for them to play while this being up.
Snake King's in danger, though. He's been pulled back into the waiting arms. Does get
the
pushed
disarm
there
again!
by the Torrent. Keeps on getting these disarms with the DD.
No disarm from the swashbuckle there.
Slowly working him down, but he's having to dive quite far for this. Abed will think better of it.
Looks like Eternal Envy tried to kill an Abaddon.
What is Ender building?
Diffusal.
Oh. Misery gets off the
go down.
curse.
He has
just to get away.
so much
cold embrace,
damage.
actually.
Oh man, no curse now. Chrono's about to be up, I believe.
Why does he have no point in cold embrace?
Oh, this is so good for AG. I mean, they don't care at all if they lose the venture. No, they're just getting Artesis back to farming, while C9 is now having to put all 5 heroes into the gameplay.
And the betters are not believing in C9.
They can. I mean, they can still win this game. Of course, the game is even. It's just Void has such a good game. I feel if he gets back a little bit into this, if he gets to the even net worth with Lone Druid, I don't think C9 can win anymore.
He was at 1,700 net worth when the enemy Wyvern was at 1,600, and he's still in the middle of the pack, but he has definitely come back.
Yeah, I don't mind recovering on a game like this with Void. The only thing is they did have to kill the Lone Druid's pace of the game, and they have already done that. They've had 2 crucial kills on him. One of them, I'd say he overextended. The other one, they just caught him off guard with the quick move. He's going to have that Maelstrom on Void soon. It's a nice little steroid for his farm. Vlad's on Pango. It is kind of the offlane Pango build. I think I first saw it in the EU. I don't know if you've seen it in your games, Chessie.
Sorry, what did you say?
The
offlane
Pango.
Vlad's Pango.
Yeah, it's very common nowadays.
Yeah.
I had my mind stuck on something completely different because I see Envy building this Bassi on Monkey King. What do you think of that?
Bassi, like now? He just built it?
I don't know when he built
I think
it, but
he
he
had
has
it.
it.
Oh.
I think he had it earlier.
You gotta have the mana to spam Boundless Strike, man.
I don't think I've ever seen that before. That's the first for me.
I was just being sarcastic.
You normally just get 2 Wraith Bands if you want like some cheap item.
I
And the
don't-
clarity.
Yeah. I don't see the Bassi now.
They're going for a Radiance of their own on the Kunkka.
EG just walk into Roche, and they will easily secure it. Immediately smoking. Going to be looking to punish here. Ace almost walked right into their waiting arms. They're going to counter smoke on the side of C9. Do they actually want to fight? Ace is going to get caught out here. No, the bear might not have quite seen him. He just makes it back to safety, but the Spirit Bear gets ganked. Now the curse comes through really well done. Catching out 3 heroes. Ace charging in. He got off his ultimate at full HP, but they clip the Pango mid-roll. Chronosphere very nicely placed by Arteezy, but where's the follow-up? Torrent coming through. Can they get any kills? They're trying to go on the Lone Druid, but he's so damn tanky. Crits in the backlines. He does finish off a Courier. He's going to pay with his life, so they'll lose both supports. C9, they just sniffed that one out and punished it. Now these big spells are on cooldown. They're going to chase for more, potentially. Ramses backing away. No, turns around to hit creeps. He wants to go back in.
That Diffusal Blade against the Abaddon.
Not sure about this. EG think they can fight. Let's see if they can pull it off. Abed is strong. The Monkey King Wukong's command comes out, though. They've all got to disengage again. Ramses to the right, the rest to the left. They're going to head after Ramses. Look to bring him down, too. C9 clawing their way back to this game. Ramses, can they finish him off? He doesn't have his ultimate. They will. One by one,
Easy.
EG charging in. Now Arteezy's running in. He's going to go clip at the bound of strike. He will lose the Aegis.
They have swap.
Rolling Thunder coming back for round 2. They'll get to hit him
Might
at
get stunned.
least once with this. Can they chain stun him? If they get a root, he's done for,
Oh,
and they
that's
do.
big.
Arteezy's dead too. Aegis finished off. Big ults on cooldown.
Honestly, MVP Misery there, he just won that entire fight for them. Like, the smoke got broke by Lone Rid, and he was like an inch away from getting swapped by the Venge, and then Misery just shows up and
Got
ults
the 3
all
hero
of
win,
them.
4
Yeah,
hero
and then you
Winter's
just
Curse.
Pango roll on top of them, and then the fight's just not possible from there.
It was odd that Ramses let the Bat Rider lasso him onto the cliff.
Oh, that was a classic Envy moment.
Yeah.
The whole team's going mid. He's like, I'm gonna stay bot.
Sometimes I choose to comment on things, and sometimes I just let viewers
let them go.
interpret it for themselves. You know? you see what's in front of you. You know what's happening. It's beautiful.
You know, for all we know, it's the team's fault.
Yeah. Where's
Well,
my support?
Yeah. Well, they're going to get some more support kills here. EG just going to have to dodge without these big ultimates.
Halfway to a Blink Dagger on the Bat Rider. That's a pretty big deal if he can get there.
I like how C9 is playing this though. Like, they lost Roche and they didn't even think twice to back off. They just immediately went for a counter smoke of their own. If they just return to playing passive at that point and farm a camp here and there, they're just gonna get picked off, get a tower. Suddenly EG is like 4 or 5k up with an Aegis, but they're fighting back.
Instead, C9 with a very slight lead here. They're
Well,
actually
has a
looking
mech.
to dive here onto Ramses. Does not have his team anywhere near him. Something that we did talk about in the last series is that EG try to farm their way back into games, but it looks like C9 is ready to punish them potentially. It's a deep dive, though, from C9. They've yet to get a kill. Have they bit off more than they can chew? Looking to bring down this Venge. Snake King going for it all. Another big curse coming out from Misery. Connects on 3. Do they have the follow-up damage? The Monkey Keynote coming through. He got the Wukong's command off right before the Chrono. They're fighting into it, though. The boat crashes and connects on 3. Huge play from Abed. Do they have the follow-up? Now Misery looking to keep himself alive with the Cold Embrace. Envy standing with his statues, but there's nobody there to take the hits. He goes down to a stun. And 3 have fallen, only Avenge the trade.
It's always dangerous when you want to start going on an Abaddon like that, and Ramses just played that to perfection. Like, the moment he got lassoed, immediately pops his ulti to just run away, get into the range for the Venge. Venge gets a swap, and then Venge gets stuck in this weird little nook corner where he can't get hit by the Pango roll. It was just really well done by AG.
There's a mechanic I have to test after this game. If you get feared by Wyvern, most fears you can't Abaddon ulti out of. So if you get, not fear, taunts.
Yeah.
So if you get taunted by Wyvern ulti and get lassoed, can you actually ult off the lasso? I think that's what happened in the previous fight, now that I think about it.
I have no idea.
Because he allowed himself to get lassoed onto a cliff last fight, which made him effectively useless.
Yeah.
And then that fight, when you see the power of the Abaddon in the fight, like, they just can't kill anybody if he's able to spam shield and miscoil.
Well, they did get a big damage
That's
item
dead.
now. Just eaten by the bear.
And they're smoked up,
Nice.
so they
Good
may
move.
look for more.
The
No
timing for
curse yet,
C9,
though.
they're going to find Abed. This could be huge if they can bring him down, but Ramses is ready. So too is Crit on the support Venge. They're going to lose their Wyvern early. No curse for this fight. Snake King's chasing in. I don't know if the rest of the team can continue to engage. They're going to go for it. They're committing everything onto the Abaddon, and they do burst him down.
He didn't get his
Didn't
ulti
get
off.
his ult off.
Yeah, he just crit him with the Boundless Strike with the Jingu active.
That's a big kill.
That's the big brain play by Eternal Envy there.
Pretty even game we have here, guys.
And they need more time for this Void to come online, pretty much. I don't think they have the damage right now. I do like that he went for Radiance on Conquer, because that's what provided them with the damage. But for now, the Lone Rid is just so much stronger than his counterpart in the Void.
So, thoughts on strategy here? Are you just dodging if you're EG? Do you want to see these smoke plays?
I mean, he's going for a BKB on Void, right? He's recognizing that once he has the BKB, it's going to be different, because right now, he doesn't get damage. He can't damage against, have the Wyvern account him. They're getting disarmed constantly by this Pango. He doesn't really have that much items to deal damage with either, so I feel like you kind of need the BKB on the Void, but you can't also just sit back passively and wait for it. Does Bat have a blink flying out, or...?
Yeah, he should, because he was saving up for it.
Yeah, there we go.
There it is.
So now we're going to have that to worry about.
Pango's going to have
well.
Diffusal soon.
C9 smoking immediately with her blink timing. I like that a lot.
They see the Abaddon mid. Probably not the hero they want to jump first. Envy's wrapping around. Abed gonna break the smoke. Hasn't gotten vision of them yet. Actually, they have seen Abed first. Getting those auto attacks off. Should have the Jingu momentarily. Dodging away from the boat. It does connect. Only on one, though. not following up to kill off the Pango. They're in trouble now. They're going to lose Abed at the start of the fight.
Oh, that actually helped him get more stuns.
Ramsey's now also caught out, so that's likely 2 cores down here for EG. Curse committed. Lasso looking for another. C9 diving deeper, and Pylai Die is going to be rewarded. Quick kill there, and make it 3. The rest of the team not split pushing anything like that. They're going to lose the Vengeance. 4 heroes dead. C9, ever the kryptonite of EG.
I can't see where the creeper is right now, but they could potentially start threatening. Okay, no, they don't have the creeps. Never mind.
You know, day one, C9 0-6. Everyone said they should disband. Now here they are against the second place team at the major, on the precipice of taking a game.
This is the group stage equivalent of being down 2 racks.
I will say, when you're a new team like this and you don't have any official matches under your belt, you learn so much under the course of a tournament like this. So if you get to play like 6 matches, you learn like way more than you would for like 2 weeks of scrimming during that time, and you adapt really fast.
And even just getting, a map under their belt would undoubtedly be great for morale. But it's not over yet. EG still with a fearsome high ground. And C9 going to play it safe.
Yeah, it's on a commanding lead, and I think C9 shouldn't be getting too far ahead of themselves. Next Roshan's going to be, I feel like, really key for both teams to play around with the big team fights, and having an Aegis against a Void can just change the game entirely.
Is pipe really the item this game? Ramsey's been building some weird items this tournament so far to me.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a really good pipe game, right?
They got Bat Rider, man. That's all they got.
Pango roll.
Yeah,
it's not a lot.
Pango's mainly physical, right? You mainly account for the swash plus like defusal and stuff.
Yeah. No, I would not look to build pipe myself this game.
Solar seems really nice.
Yeah. Been liking the solar item more and more lately. You don't really play for yourself, you just kind of buff up your carry.
It's even nice for chasing people down than minus movement speed, and they can't really turn around on you.
Yeah.
Because they lose all that attack speed. That's why I think it works a lot on these like mobile Void Spear type heroes, like dare you to turn around and hit me if you have no attack speed.
The nice swap there by Crit. Gonna save Arteezy from certain doom, and now they look to go on ace, but they got the curse off first. Misery's there again. Can they follow this one up and get a kill? Chrono is still available. He's biding his time. Wukong's command comes out, but here's the torrent. Is the follow-up damage going to be there, though? Nobody's dying just yet. Low Druid stands his ground, and now Abed turns tail and runs. They've separated EG. Those big cooldowns committed, and now Fly in danger. Looking to find a kill, but Envy's there. Pounces in. Secures it. Crit. Likely dead. The stun gets him. Just clipped him. Saw him on the way up to the trees, and now Crit going to fall. Tries to take one with him, it won't happen. So the 2 supports down, but most importantly, those huge team fight ults on cooldown for EG.
I would say it was so
Roche
important
is about to spawn and they have the curve.
That they got the Monkey King ulti off there before the Chrono. It was like 0.2 seconds away from not getting it off.
Oh, they can't see it.
It would have been a completely different fight.
They can't see the Roche.
Oh, they see it.
No, they don't.
No, they don't. You're right.
No, that's
Holy
toggling.
Crap. That's a very unfortunate courier placement. Because like not only do they not see it, but they think they see it. Okay,
Misery's confirmed it.
What are you doing?
Envy?
Just Quelling Blade the tree. Oh, they didn't have it. Wait, Envy?
He's got a BKB. They don't have a Chronosphere right now. It's a trap. Arteezy in danger. Can they bring him down? Do they have the follow-up stuns? The damage? He's getting low. Follow-through roll. He's going to have to BKB, run away. And that leaves the team a little bit outnumbered, but Abed stands his ground. He's got that Radiance mischance, and he's fighting forward. Arteezy's walked in. He's pretty much out of mana. He's committing for this. The Grimstroke stun is there, but he gets clipped by an Arteezy smack, and he will fall. Ramsey's still chasing, looking for more. They slow him down.
C9 needs to get out.
C9 looking to disengage cleanly here. Nice the torrents keep on clipping them. Abed keeps on coming. Wyvern tries to slow it down, but it's
I get one more.
Only delaying. Another X, another kill.
He tried to blank. That was close.
Such good chase on EG.
I like what C9 was doing there. It was a very manly play by Envy, just walking in there, but he knew he had the BKB. I don't really know exactly how they lost that fight, because it looked like there was going to be very clean win for C9.
Well, downside to using it early, you don't have it to combo with the Wukongs.
I think they might have... Yeah, okay, now I know how... I just forgot in my mind. I know how they lost. They tried to go for the Void. Void did not die. Got time lost BKB off. That's always a scary thing to have happen.
Abish got the shield off on him to purge some stun, then he BKB'd.
Probably they go for any other target than the Void there, and they just win the fight straight up. But just since he don't die, and he managed to time lapse some health back with his BKB.
So now EG looking to claim another Aegis.
They have all their ults, but Pango is no buyback, and they know this, so pretty hard for them to take this fight on Cloud9. They might be able to poke them down a bit, but they have a lot of sustain and a lot of damage.
They did not take the Shrine over on EG, so they have the Shrine to TP to. Or the Outpost, is that what it's called?
Yeah, everyone knows what you mean. They know it's being done. Bat Rider might be going for a snipe of some sort. He does have 9 slotted, so
go
for it.
Oh. No, not going to happen.
This is a big Roche. Cheese and Aegis.
That's really big. Now I feel like Void is at a place where they feel comfortable at least.
He is going back for the Solar on Abaddon, so...
And they'll probably have a Mjolnir on the Void next big team fight, or be close to it anyway. Just needs a couple thousand more.
Telescope on the Lone Druid.
No, but it's just so big in this game. I haven't seen his items in a while.
He has a halberd plus the Radiance plus go on BKB.
Yeah, that's scary. That's a scary Kunkka.
Yeah, halberd versus the bear is very nice.
I honestly would prefer to see him go for something like an Aghanims instead of getting the BKB. I feel like if he has Ags, they can't fight into his Torrent Storm. Like, literally can't fight. It's just going to be Torrents everywhere.
What are the odds if you're within the radius of the Torrent Storm to get hit by a Torrent? You know, like, does it cover all the spaces eventually?
400%.
Yeah, pretty much 400%. No, honestly, it hits
I feel like it always
everything.
hits you like 3 times.
I feel like you
fight.
just stun-lock the enemy team pretty much.
Okay.
No, not really, but it hits a lot.
I was just wondering, because I've only played against it a few times.
Well, then you get the Ghost Ship fleet as well, and then it's just like the entire screen is just a big smattering of AoE stuns.
I like it so much, because I feel like the enemy can't really fight into you. It kind of does not really the same thing as a BKB, but similarly they can't fight into you in a way.
We'll see. C9 are looking to split push here. EG looking to break the base, heading up to the high ground. They've got the Paladin sword now too on Arteezy, so some much needed lifesteal, more sustain for him. Ramsey's going to start hitting these towers. Lone Druid, obviously, a scary split pusher in his own right.
Does that amp your time walk heal? I actually didn't think about this.
Paladin sword?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I should check that out. I mean, it's a good item on Void regardless, right?
Oh, they're not going to commit to this. We'll back off. Arteezy, though, very confidently farming this lane with his whole team behind him, basically. And
Venge is in position to maybe hunt down that Bat Rider, too. No, not going for it.
They're backing off. They've seen him. I think he just ran by the creeps. Each year, like, don't get baited. That means Bat's not there for the team fight.
They've got no creeps. They're going to go hunt for kills instead.
Be careful, Ace.
And Envy.
He's fine.
And Envy, I don't know, man. It's something about Envy. They've got the time walk talent on Arteezy now. He just jumps in from a distance. The nukes come through. Envy, he gets off the stun. He's got the BKB. He's going to head to the left. Space created. Time bought for the team.
Wow,
he's going to hop away. Hop away again. Hop away again. And he is gone.
I mean, I wasn't concerned about
him.
I knew Ace was the only one we were concerned about.
Envy playing cool under pressure here, and that means Chrono down, so you can split push a little more confidently.
I see this Orb of Destruction item. Whenever I see one, there's always two. I don't know if it feels like the chances are higher of the enemy team getting it when you have one.
I feel like that's the best item in that tier, or tied for best anyway.
There's always a hero that makes good use of it, no matter what.
I think in this game, though, they're having on Kunkka. It's not that great on Kunkka, right?
That's preferred on probably a Abaddon.
Snake King getting glitched out a bit on the cliff. Still manages to get the roll. Hit the Grimstroke once. Arteezy's got to back away. As BKB still relatively healthy. He'll be okay. Snake King jumping out, but pulled back in. There's the curse. Again, it locks the Kunkka down, but he's a stand strong. They're fighting into him with the Wukong's command. Envy uphill. They'll try to man-fight this. Meanwhile, on the back lines, they've lost their Pango. Ace is just standing his ground as well. He's going to pop that Aegis. Can he get a second kill? I don't know about that. Wukong's will end. Envy looking to back away, has the BKB. Cold Embrace keep him alive for now, but he's getting surrounded. He needs Ace's help here. Swap him back in. Stun him up. Oh, the dodge! With the mischief, not enough, though. He will end up going down. And now the Lone Druid in trouble. The cores are crumbling. Savage Roar. But nowhere to run for Ace. He will die as well. All 3 cores have been beaten down. And now C9 are going to have to rat it out.
That should be a Rex. I think the mid-Rex is not much you can do to save this now. You have no curse. You're going to have to buy back your Lone Druid. Only have 1 bear. There's just no defending this.
does feel like C9 are playing a lot better than yesterday, but it's just tough fights.
Yeah, I mean, that fight goes okay from there's no Aegis and Arteezy. They took a well-timed fight with the Chrono and cooldown, but unfortunately they lost the fights when Roche was around, and that meant EG had both Roches.
EG looks like they may be clutching this one out. There's no split push, at least nothing that will lead to objectives. Meanwhile, EG taking the mid lane, looking to take the bot lane too. Oh, you mentioned this game is like being two lanes of Rex down the series, or in a game, Jesse.
We got
they're 2 lanes of Rex down in their tournament lives at this point. They have to win this game.
This is looking rough, I'm not gonna lie. And what do they actually have to do on C9 in order to get back into this game? Because they can't fight anymore and they can't rat. Kind of find their way. I guess they're gonna have to try to play for the last Roche.
Well, that used to be the EE special, was outrageously bold, smokes into Roche.
He still does it.
Yeah.
If you're
But I feel like other
him,
teams are more on top of it nowadays.
The other thing is that there's 10 couriers in the game now, so
oh, that's
you can sacrifice a courier for it.
That was actually a direct nerf to Eternal Envy's comeback strats.
Ice Frog does not smile on Eternal Envy.
Do you like how the new couriers work, Jesse?
When I first read it in the patch notes, I thought to myself, this is absolutely crazy. I hate this. And then one game in, I was like, oh, I have my own courier at all times. I love this. There's nothing better.
I'm upset because whenever my courier used to die, I would just blame somebody else. But now it's like, what do I do?
Yeah.
I'm gonna jinx myself here, but I very rarely do lose my courier. I feel like mid players are often more aware of their couriers versus side lane players.
Because they actually go for yours.
And exactly. They usually go for my couriers, and you use it a lot more as a mid player as well.
If I queue up against you in a pub, I'm picking Bounty Hunter, and I'm sitting in mid lane until
you can waste your time. That's fine with me.
It's gonna die. You're not getting any items, sir.
You're doing that against the wrong player, is what he's saying. He knows how to play versus those bounties.
Well, C9 are going to find a quite isolated Ramses here. There is an Arteezy Void on the other side of the cliff, but I don't think they want to help him out. Not worth the risk.
Heal him the full.
Tanky boy.
Solid 15 seconds for the whole team, but they get
no
the
buyback. Maybe they can make something happen here.
They're going to smoke. They're looking for more. Arteezy is up the cliff, and the scan just barely missing him. But the lasso will find somebody reeling in the Grimstroke, but that's not the most important kill. Envy's chasing deeper.
He has no buybacks here.
Looking for bigger objectives. Hopping over, throws out the stun, but he has found Crit. BKB dodges that stun from Crit, charging in, gets the Jingo up, gets the kill. It's now 3 dead for EG. Only 1 buyback. They've got 40 seconds. They can get a tier 2.
Yep. They have Lone Druid. They may
base dies fast.
Yep. C9 have come online. They're down 4 racks. That's when they're at their
that's
strongest.
When they get strong.
They're
it's like a Dragon Ball Z episode, you know?
They're peaking.
I mean, Envy would be offended that
I really wanted to keep going harder. I feel like they can kill at least a tier 3 tower here.
Let's see if they commit for it. C9, they still have everything. Winter's Curse, just the lasso missing. But the roll is available. The X comes through from Abed defensively, pulls himself back as the Wukong's is dropped. They're going to lose that melee. It looks like they're not finishing it off, though. They're afraid of this big Arteezy ultimate, and he's caught out 3.
Oh, nice fear.
Nice fear, though, with the Pango roll as well. Arteezy standing his ground, charging forward. They haven't got much done during this Chronosphere. Ace is trying to man-fight this. The Curse comes out. Abed standing back with the BKB. And Envy is so low. He is so low, and he is so dead. Has the buyback, but nowhere really great to TP to get back into it. Ace is dead as well. Oh, C9, they didn't even get a lane of racks. They're losing all their cores. Snake King tries to run, but 1 bash will do him in. Ooh. Can't quite make it over the cliff with the hop. And it's just a matter of time before he's finished off as well. Bottom lane caved in, mid lane caved in. It's just that top lane left, or maybe straight to the throne.
I like that they went for it. They definitely needed to go for it, but the whole backline were just way too stacked, and Arteezy with the time walk talent takes advantage.
Yeah, getting the Wyvern there really, really hurts.
Yeah.
I mean, Misery's had such a good game, but all it takes is 1 bad chrono. Or good chrono if you're EG.
This might be game bear as buyback, but there's no real point when you don't have your Spirit Bear.
Yeah, he resummoned right before death. That was a little bit weird.
Gonna reel in Abed on the Kunkka. I don't know if he's killable. Gets swapped back. Envy's committed his BKB, but not finding any targets to hit. He'll finally move on to Arteezy. But Arteezy's fine. He stands his ground. He runs back in. They're going to soul bind up two and bring down one. Now Pylite Eye forced back to the well. It's straight onto the throne for EG, and they're going to pull out a victory from the jaws of potential defeat to C9. Kind of a dicey performance and a decent showing. But
I think C9 put up a really good battle this game. They definitely could have ran away and won this game.
Still yet to take a map here at Dota Summit. Or loop at Dota Summit 12, I should say. But
well said.
Their best showing yet.
Yeah. I'm sure the community response to them being 0-7 right now is very negative. You mentioned you're a bit of a fiend. You see all those comments, but at the end of the day, C9's been playing good Dota. Yeah, they're 0-7, but they have been competitive in this game and some of the others. So
yeah, they looked pretty impressive this game, to be honest.
Yeah,
they definitely could have just crushed EG in this game. A few more things going their way, and they would have won.
Well, it's only game 1, guys. We've got a game 2 coming up shortly. We're going to take a quick break here, then we'll break down all the action and get ready. Don't go anywhere. Loop Bet Dota Summit 12 coming back. Welcome back to the Loot Bet Dota Summit 12. We're here on the main stream. We just watched C9 come so close, but couldn't quite take the game off EG. Meanwhile, we do have another match going on. Fnatic versus Thunder Predator, I believe, live now on Beyond the Summit 2. It's a very tight group stage. Aside from C9, every team's definitely in it and looking, pretty close.
Yeah,
no undefeated
I know
teams.
Exactly how the standings are looking like.
Yeah, maybe we
right
could
now,
take a look at those in a second when our production team is ready. But
wait, Thunder Predator took the first game?
Oh wow,
interesting.
Because Fnatic was top dog, but
yeah,
now things get interesting.
Well, I think kind of at the start of the day, Fnatic were first, and you guys, OGC, were maybe sitting in second in the standings. So
I think Thunder Predator felt pretty strong actually when we played against them. I think they took us a little bit by surprise in how fast they were playing. The first game we played against them, they just kind of ran away with it, and we got destroyed. And then we kind of had to take a step back and reevaluate our game plan against them.
Do you feel like there's a favorite emerging at this tournament yet?
I mean, from just the teams we've been playing against so far, I would say EG and Fnatic feels pretty strong. Maybe Fnatic slightly stronger.
Okay. What do you think the problem is with C9? Because we've seen, at least maybe you didn't see their other games, but it seems like a recurring thing where they have these really good first 10-15 minutes, and then things seems to collapse a bit in the mid game.
Honestly, we are also kind of a new team where we're getting a little bit more established the more we play, and I feel like you just need more experience as a team, because we had this amazing run sometimes where we would just crush everything, and then everything would just collapse in a move or two. And Dota is so close nowadays that just one or two bad moves and suddenly you lost the game, and
you're like, what happened?
Exactly. And if you do those one or two moves good, suddenly you win the game. It can be that close, and I feel like they just need more time, they need more experience as a team. Obviously they're all very experienced players in their own rights, but they haven't had enough gameplay together yet, so it's tough.
So I believe this does include that last game with Thunder Predator and Fnatic.
Yeah.
So with that, I mean, if Thunder Predator wins the next game, you've got you guys at 5-3, Fnatic at 5-3, Thunder Predator at 5-3, and potentially EG if they take this next one. So we could have a 4-way tie going into our final matches.
Cloud9 mathematically eliminated now. The most wins they can get is 3, unfortunately, for them.
Okay.
But yes, the 4th, 5th battle is going to be brutal.
Is it possible? It's possible to have a 5-way tie, right? If C9 loses every game, I believe so. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't think so.
Don't know.
Have to think about that. Well,
I'm not smart,
either way,
smart
definitely a
enough for
4-way tie is possible. So
everyone goes 6-4.
Yeah.
Does any team have more than 6 wins? I think every team could go 6-4.
Man,
what's the rules for a 5-way tie, guys? You ready for some tiebreakers?
We just want to play as much Dota as possible while we're here. So
you're down?
Yeah.
Tal kind of gave you a look when he's like, 5-way tie? That can't happen. I got to win out.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, I feel like that's one of those things that every TO fears could happen but has never happened.
I mean, it's pretty juicy when it happens, but at the same time, it's like your schedule is totally screwed. So,
I'm a
Ready
little
to
bit
be here
scared
till
for us
4
now.
a.m., boys.
We have C9 left to play. We're gonna play Envy, who is already out of the tournament. What's gonna happen in that game?
And he looked relaxed. You know, him and Pi were smiling at each other as they walked by behind us just a moment ago. So
I don't know if this is a good or bad thing for us that they're out.
yeah, they have nothing to lose now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want them to feel like they, get a little nervous, have something to play for.
Yeah, exactly. They're gonna, bust out some meepo or something. Something weird is gonna happen in their game, I'm sure.
I'm ready for poach techies.
Yeah.
You gotta have
No techies,
that
please.
PMA chassis. You gotta believe.
I like the fridge here. It says delete techies. I stand by this.
I've been watching Mason stream a lot. Really good at keeping that positive mentality in the face of teams struggling. But with that, guys, game 2 coming up right now. Let's check it out. Loot Bet Dota Summit 12 action continues right now.